The alarms began at 3:11 Galactic Standard Time. Quiet at first. More like a polite suggestion than a declaration of doom. But by 3:13, the artificial intelligence that watched over the Imperial border array could no longer hide its panic. Unknown vessel detected. The words echoed through every speaker across. Observation Tower, HELION-3. Technicians dropped their cups. Officers snapped awake at their consoles. Even the station commander, Admiral Vrax de Lioza, veteran of 17 border conflicts, felt his pulse quicken. Unknown vessels were rare. Unknown vessels that evaded every identification. Scanner, even rarer. Unknown vessels with no heat signature, no warp wake, no quantum imprint, no gravitational distortion, no trace of propulsion. Impossible. And yet unknown vessel approaching at velocity exceeding known physical limits. Admiral Vrax rose from his command chair. Show me. The main viewport dimmed, and the display filled with an expanding dot of white against black space. Not a ship, not a comet, not a missile, just light, condensed, sharp, deliberate. Distance? Vrax demanded. 4 billion kilometers in closing, a technician stammered. Speed. Recalculating. It keeps increasing. Sir, it's already moving faster than Class 9 warp tunneling. That's not possible, I know. The DOT grew. Any transmission? Vrax asked. None, hail it. Scan. It, no reading. Predict trajectory. Can't, it keeps adjusting. Made Vrax halt every empire in the galaxy used. Automated course correction. Yes, but not like this. This thing moved intentionally, like a predator sniffing the air, making decisions between heartbeats. Open a channel to Imperial High Command, Vrax ordered calmly. But inside he felt something he had not felt since his youth. Fear. The technicians worked furiously, calling out data that grew more disturbing by the second. Object. Now, at 3 billion kilometers speed, increasing. 2 billion speed, increasing. Billion speed still increasing, as the air grew heavy, almost electric. As if the universe itself knew something ancient was approaching. Vrax whispered, "What are you?" Then, suddenly the object stopped. It went from superluminal velocity to absolute. Stillness in a fraction of a second, no inertia. No energy discharge. No space-time ripple. Simply motionless floating 50,000 kilometers away. Directly outside Hello, N-3, everyone froze. A presence hung in the air. A pressure behind the eyes. Something was looking at them. Magnify, Vrax said. The display zoomed in. The technicians gasped, and for the first time in his life, Admiral Vrax felt his breath leave him. The vessel, if it was a vessel, was not made of metal. It was not built. It had no seams, no engines, no windows. It was smooth and luminous, shaped like a teardrop of mercury and a star fused together. It pulsed faintly like a heartbeat, sir, whispered Sensor Officer Rallis. I think it's scanning us. How? I don't know. We can't detect anything, but we can feel it. A deep rumble vibrated through the station. Lights flickered. Gravity fluctuated. Someone screamed, "What is it doing?" Vrax shouted. The answer came from the AI. Foreign system intrusion detected. Vrax's blood chilled. From where? From the object? I cannot. It is not using signals. It is rewriting reality at a quantum level. The unknown vessel pulsed. The entire station dropped into silence. Every console turned black. Every system died in the darkness. The crew heard one sound, a knock, not on metal, not through speakers, but inside their minds. A cold whisper followed, like thought made of ice and starlight. We have searched. We have found you, finally. Rallis collapsed, hands over her ears even though the voice was not sound. What do you want? Vrax asked aloud, though his voice trembled. To confirm, The light outside changed. The vessel blossomed, expanding, unfolding like layers of a star unpeeling. 10 times larger, 50, 100. It dwarfed the station. It dwarfed everything, and yet there was no energy spike, no heat, just a quiet, impossible unfolding of infinite complexity. Then the voice returned. "You are the descendants." "Descendants of what?" Vrax demanded. "Of us." The air froze. Every breathing creature went still. "Your creators," the voice said. "Your origin. Your reason. It's impossible, ridiculous." But the voice continued. "We seeded your galaxy. We shaped your first atoms. We ignited the spark you call consciousness." The technicians stared at each other. "Why appear now?" Vrax asked. The answer came like thunder behind his eyes. "Because you have reached the threshold. Soon you will tear open the dark between galaxies. And when you do, you will awaken others." The vessel dimmed, then brightened again. Others who are not like us. Others who do not create. Others who only consume. "So you're here to warn us," Vrax whispered. "No," the voice said. Everyone shuddered. "We are here to judge."
Reality bent. The station groaned. Mind strained. "Prove you are worthy to survive what is coming." "How?"
Vrax demanded, barely remaining conscious. The voice grew softer, almost gentle. "Show us your will to endure." Then the stars vanished. The crew screamed. Every atom vibrated. The station dissolved into light and reformed quiet. Still, Shill-3 floated normally again. Untouched, but the unknown vessel was gone. In its place hovered a single object, small and crystalline, drifting toward the viewport like a fallen star. "What is it?" Rallis whispered. The AI answered, "A test." Vrax stared at it. Across the Empire, alarms spread. Science fleets launched. Government channels ignited with panic, but he knew the truth in his bones. The galaxy had never been alone. It had never been in control. Humanity or whatever. The Empire called itself had always been walking toward a door in the dark, and now that door had opened. Something ancient had returned. Something powerful. Something waiting the message they left. Behind echoed endlessly in Vrax's mind. "Prepare. Prove yourselves. Or be unmade." The Empire stood on the edge of something greater than fear, the beginning of their true history, and far beyond the stars. Something else began moving. Something hungry. Something coming.